Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Today is Saturday, the 25th of November 2023. And we're looking at this really nice set of figures. Live Battlefield is what it's called. Toy Strategy Produce. Toys Raider seems to be the brand. Prototype shown. Final product may be slightly different. That's on the actual box, which is a bit worrying. Copyright 2021 Toys Raider. So been in production, or rather, not production, been in production. Trying to make them, being designed and finalized and whatnot for a couple of years. Only released very recently. I got this about 2 days ago, I think. So I got all of them, the box set of 3. You can buy them individually. So this one is can't even speak properly. Blue Stormtrooper. It doesn't look that blue. We got Red Thread, and he's blue as well. And Bloody Repression, who's also blue. But he got some red on his arm there, so maybe that's why. So these are 1/12 scale, 1:12 ratio, movable doll. Well, they're actually not movable dolls. They are action figures. And this is LB004 for the 3-pack. You can get LB01, LB02, LB03, which is what these are individually when they're packaged. But don't quote me on that, but I believe I'm right. Box. Oh, that's really heavy. How's that for imaginative on the back? There's absolutely just a blurry picture of nothing. And the warning, not for children under 3 years, with no space between under and 3. This product is not a toy. Recommended for ages 15 and up. Now, I think I will open this on camera. I have already cut the tape, and it's sort of already trying to open itself at the top there. God, this is so heavy. Let's see how this is packaged. Is it 3 individual packages or no? It's 1. Okay, let me see if I can get this. Ah! Ow! And not drop or break anything. Oh, that looks. Let's put the box over there. We get a box of or a bag of stickers, instructions, decals, and where they go. And then look at that! Wow! We get this sort of plastic tray with these 3 guys, and there loads of hand and accessories and whatnot underneath. Swap all hands. They do look good. They look small for 1/12 scale. They look like they'll go really well as large 1/18 scale robots, but look a bit small for 1/12 maybe. Okay, I'm going to unbox this properly and set them up, and I'll be back in an instant. Do stay tuned. Right back. And here they are set up. Took a little while. Pushing the hands into the wrists was not easy. Why don't you heat up the wrists? Because you really get paint coming off. Can you see my thumb there? Not really. You get paint coming off onto your thumbs and moving them around. They're heavily inked. I don't want to put it into hot water and then push something in because it might take a bit more paint off. But the joints are very big and strong on the hands. So, you know, if you break that, you'd be really, really unlucky. Okay, so before we get into the accessories and getting a closer look, please consider joining the Patreon. There's a chance to win one of these awesome Planet Green Valley Military Robot MAI-76 toys. This will be being held, this draw for this will be being held in the first week of December for my paid Patreon subscribers. And Patreon is also free for 7 days. You want to check it out and see what's there. You can cancel anytime in 7 days and will not be charged a penny. Link in the top right of your screen now. Okay, so let's look at accessories. So they all come with 5 hands. So you get a left and right gripping. You get a left and right. In fact, I might tell you the wrong thing here, maybe. No, the right thing. Get a left and right open. And you also get a... Which one is it? Wait, left and right gripping, left and right open. What is the 5th one? Am I telling you lies? No, I'm telling you 4 hands, not 5 hands. The reason why I had 3 of the other ones is because I've put a blade onto his hand. You can change the hand round for a blade as well, so it's 4 hands. Come with number of guns. This is the biggest gun. You can put an attachment on that, which is the guy on the far left, the yellow guy. And this just can come off and you can have the gun like this, which looks a bit more reasonable for holding one-handed. Or we can plug that into there. He says, as I just had a second ago, did I do it the right way or the wrong way? There we go. for the long one. Additionally, that should fit into this one here. They'll have yellow sort of mixed in with the blue, but it'll work on that too. Smaller pistols, we've got these matching but different colours. Pistols, indented barrels, should be drilled a bit further, but they're okay. And that's pretty much it, apart from the other hands. Okay, we'll get a close look. Now, this guy, I'm not sure why he's got like soft goods, because he's a robot, doesn't need them for camouflage maybe. He's supposed to have this little drone, which this guy's got on his back. But with that cloak on, it's really hard to fit the drone and fit this sort of antenna thing in at the same time. So let's get a close look at him. They are really heavy, so much die-cast metal parts on this. Now that's sort of hiding his face because I've got his arm articulated. It's not the best fit, it goes through one shoulder. But it looks great if his arm is down, you don't have the antenna. You can just sort of pull it over his back and a bit more over his shoulder and get this in a bit more. You can take it off. You need to take his arm out because it goes through a hole, and then you can take that off, but it comes with it fixed on. If you look underneath there, get a look at all the sort of detailing. These are plastic and metal parts. The joints are metal. Big feet. There's some great articulation features in there, and then a couple of things which weren't particularly well done, but we'll look at that a bit later. Nice detailing all around. You've got all these little holes like here, which you use for adding attachments and other bits and bobs on too. Get a better look. It almost looks a bit like Bumblebee, not the face but the chest piece. Okay, so our blue guy who's got the other guy's drone. Drone just plugs in the back there. The drone just looks like this. You can pull that little fish drone thingy off the flight stand. You can see that his legs seem a little bit loose, which is not really helped by his sheer weight. Nice gun. Great paintwork on these, has to be said. Looks good. Can't really hold it though like that properly. That really big sort of chest sticking out does get in the way. But it's a great looking gun. The back looks fantastic. It's the same all I think for the back. The pauldrons are different on all of them too. We'll look at that in a moment. And then the last one, I'm not so keen on his shade of blue, but he's probably my favourite. His guns plug in to a little hole, which you saw earlier, underneath the forearm, and he also holds them too. He's got the little rocket launchers, or whatever they're called, on his back. Which I just knocked that one off. Which you insert when you set up, but they're not the best of fit. And they articulate, as we just saw, to face forward and to shoot. Does look good. You can see there. Very cool. So articulation. I will use that guy I just had in my hands because he's got a slightly more articulation. I might show a little bit on all of them actually. I need to experiment taking this soft goods off, so I think it looks better without it. I mean, it looks nice, but should be just taking this shoulder out according to the instructions, which are in Chinese. But the picture is you take out the shoulder. But how does that come out without breaking my expensive toy? There we go. Just pops out. And I can take that off. They sit underneath. Very nice. And then that should be just a pop back on. There we go. So we'll use this guy for articulation since he is here already in my hand. So maybe I'll zoom out a little bit. Wrong way. Okay, so head. There is a left and a right, but the sculpting is a bit difficult. Up and down is good, and not really a side to side. The little shoulder parts here do turn around. That's it. Shoulder, he gets over flat. It does go all the way around. There's a bicep swivel. Biceps are ridiculous because it's double bicep joint. Bit ugly in the elbow, not sharp at all, but look, he can touch his shoulder with his hand. I'm miles away from that if I try. Wrists are a ball, but they're so stiff to put in that you don't get much motion apart from really turning. Trunk. So there's an upper trunk here, forwards, backwards, side to side, not really lit with a turn. Is there a lower trunk? Let's have a look. Looks like that as one piece below, so there's no lower. Okay. Hips, sideways. Getting pretty good on articulation on the sideways. Forwards is not great. Backwards is alright. Don't have to brake, whatever I'm doing. Brake on me. Oh, I see. Thigh twist. He's got a double kneecap. But very chunky legs. He's getting 90 degrees. I don't know if you can get any more than that, actually. I think that's less or more. It's about as far as you can get. Just around about 90. Feet. That's a real metal joint now. Feet, though, is just a forwards and backwards. I can't... Is there a turn on there? There's no turn and there's no swivel, which makes it a bit problematic for some poses. But they just look amazing. Love that blade hand. The joints can feel a bit loose because they're top heavy, but they do stand up well. Now on this guy, any difference? So he has an additional ball joint on his pauldrons, so they move a bit more because he has those. Otherwise, it's exactly the same. Then the last guy has a much greater movement in his pauldrons because they're massive. So they don't sort of get in the way of him moving around. And obviously his accessories here have articulation as well. So they can obviously turn where they plug in. Not only do they... Ooh, Scurry got a really bad thumb and I just bent it in the direction it did not want to bend. Now, excuse me, I have to pause this and then scream while I straighten it out again. So give me a second. In fact, I think I'll straighten it out later. If you look at my thumb, it's now locked in that position. It's old age. This hand is fine. That one just locked. That was not nice. That was painful. And it still hurts now. Okay, so this one here. From the... I don't know what to do now. From the pin, it can rotate. There's a small joint here you can see where it will also, trying to use my thumb, rotate. There we go. And the actual launcher itself does... turn as well. That's really hurting. Okay. Yes, it's old age. That was fine up until about beginning of August, and it's just started to hurt for no reason. Let's put him back. Let's get an idea of size. Now they look cool. They just feel a bit small for... I'd imagine them to be big if they're in 1/12 scale. Now they are 1/12 scale, but they just look like regular human size, just a bit bulky. I think they probably work better with 1/18 scale, but that's just my perhaps biased opinion, since 1/18 scale is my favourite scale. So I've got my tape measure here. Will be in cm, so sorry if you're not down to metric. So height wise, yeah, you see they are around they're under 16 cm to the top of their heads. You know, so if I get a Marvel Legend, I've got the Death Dealer here on my desk. I'll stick him in between two of them to get an idea of how he looks. Oh, my God. Sandwiched between the two. Try and get Death Dealer to stand up. Not always the easiest thing. He's more of a drunk, I like to fall over dealer. There we go. Stick him in there. I guess they can work in with other 1/12 scale lines, but they just feel a bit, for me, they feel like they're more bulky 1/18 scale. That's what I feel like. Okay, so let me just do another couple more comparisons. If I compare them to a rather large 1/12 scale, I use High Warden Slog from Cosmic Legions, who's amazing. You see that they all look a bit small. Here's Slog. It's going to stand up for me. It could work, but they just look like they're different scaled. If I compare with some 1/18 scale stuff, Now, so if I use some big 1/18 scale stuff first, I use the Sorrow Expeditionary Forces, the 9th Legion Cavalry from Joy Toy, and that looks like it's now in the same scale, you know, with the person inside there. Ding! That looks like in the same scale, work in the same universe. If I get an Acid Rainbow figure, it's the one I keep using because it's on my desk. My Narunu Sentinel, one of the best Acid Rainbow figures, one of the best 1/18 scale figures, but with the Fortnite Fade head. If I stick him here, to me again, that looks like it's in the far better matching in scale. But maybe that's just a biased opinion. 3 very, very nice looking figures with loads of die-cast parts, really quite heavy. So if you're going to buy these internationally, the shipping is going to not be cheap. They look good. Got decent articulation. The feet are a bit disappointing, and the hands can be hard to get in. And you know, the instructions aren't 100% clear because you know it's in Chinese, and I'm not a Chinese reader, and my wife, who does read Chinese, is not in the country at the moment, so not great for me. But do they need to have the decals? I don't think they do. I think one more thing. If I do an action pose, this is the problem with the feet. If I do that, he can't get his feet to turn inwards. In fact, looking at his feet, you have a look at his feet properly. They should turn. Are they that stiff? You know what? Let me just try it off. Oh, I'm telling a lie. They can turn inwards and outwards, but boy, that's really quite stiff. Very cool looking figures. They can definitely work on my 1/18 scale. I don't think I'll be using my 1/12 scale. But who knows. Hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you found it informative and hopefully useful. And I'll see you in the next video soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. And again, please consider joining the Patreon. I'll see you in the next video. Stay happy, keep collecting. I just said it twice, didn't I? Okay, bye-bye.